Grand Rising. So, today I am coming from 2 Corinthians 3. But I'm going to bounce around a little bit. So, in the Old Testament, it talks about Moses, right? And Moses was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. No water, no bread, no absolutely nothing. And he was at the top of the mountain and he was with the Lord. But when he came down, he was radiant. He was carrying the glory of the Lord. So when he came down, Aaron and some of the Israelites was at the bottom waiting, and they were like panicking. And this is in Exodus 34:28. Just say through 33. And it says, when Moses came down from Mount Zion with 2 tablets of the covenant law in his hand, he was not aware that his face was radiant because he had spoken with the Lord. When Aaron and all the Israelites saw Moses and his face was radiant, and they were afraid to come near him. But Moses called to them, so Aaron and all the leaders of the community came back to him, and he spoke to them. But when he finished speaking to them, he placed the veil back over his face. But when he was in the presence of the Lord, he would take the veil off, right? So he's carrying the glory of the Lord. He was in God's presence. But when you go to the New Testament and you go to 2 Corinthians 3, it talks about the veil that Moses put on his face, right? It says, therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold. We are not like Moses, who would put a veil over his face to prevent the Israelites from seeing the end of what is passing away. What was passing away? The old, right? So if he fasts for 40 days and 40 nights, he was killing his flesh. He was completely in the spirit. Things were falling off of him. Things were dying away, right? Those that are not in the spirit will see something completely different. They wouldn't be able to understand the glory of the Lord because they weren't in him. They weren't in the Lord. They weren't in Christ. They weren't praying and and killing their flesh. They can only see what the flesh sees, right? Their fleshly eyes. So then it says, it has not been removed because only in Christ it is taken away. Only in Christ it is taken away. Even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil covers their hearts. They're not just blind with their eye. Their eyes are not just covered. Their physical eyes is not just covered, but also their hearts are covered. But whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And we all who with unveiled face contemplate the Lord's glory are being transformed into his image with every increasing glory which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. That is basically saying that you ever had those people who said there's something about you. So there's 2 ways. There's people that say there's something about you, and you could be like, I have said it. There's something about this person, but something is off. Like it didn't feel right. But then you have those people, it's like, there's something about you, but I can't place my finger on it. And they're trying to figure you out. But the Spirit recognized the Spirit. You shouldn't have to figure anybody out. We should recognize each other. So if you are in the Lord, you are in Christ, because Christ is in you, and your heart is open to receive him, and you truly believe with all your heart that he dwells inside of you and that you are created in his image, then we should see each other. My spirit should see your spirit, and your spirit should see mine. Another thing I always say is that when somebody gets like pissed off or they're annoyed and I'm walking in like bubbly and all happy and stuff like that, I always say, am I tickling your demons? Because my demons are not fighting with your like. So when I was reading this about the veil, I was like, oh, so he was in the Lord and those that was around him was not in the Lord. So they couldn't see his glory. They couldn't see his light. They saw the radiant. They saw it, but it freaked them out. It freaked them out. They had no idea what was going on, what Moses was carrying. Like, what is that? What are we walking in? It is still going by, walking in the spirit and walking in the flesh. It goes right back to that. When people see you, do they see the glory of the Lord on you? Or do they see darkness? Or how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself carrying the glory of the Lord? Because our behavior and our lifestyle should say it all. Or we are walking in darkness with everybody else. So I pray that this message bless someone. I said I can't come out of this closet. I need to just give this word. Have a great day.